welcome back, or for the very first time, to the Homeschool Resource Room Insider, where everyone is welcome and your questions are answered in 5 minutes or less. Hey, it's Ashley from the Homeschool Resource Room, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about our very first time using kind of an all-in-one homeschool curriculum, and that was moving beyond the page. We used the level 9 through 11 age curriculum this year. It's a placement test system, so you can go on the website and take a free placement test to see where your child fits. We decided to use the curriculum without the math. Moving Beyond the Page is a literature-based curriculum. They say it's project-based on their website, but I'm going to say it's more of a unit study type of curriculum that is focused really on using books to make connections all throughout all of your social studies, history, science, and language arts. So I think this is a really solid program that a lot of homeschool families will like. It's a very easy, open and go kind of approach where all of your curriculum and teacher's guide is in one book. So as you go through the book, you will be teaching and your child will be learning and reading other books along with it. Most of it is going to be paper, project-based, or writing-based. So there is a lot of writing involved in this curriculum, which is actually really cool for us because my son needs to work on his writing. He works on it separately, more focused with Write Shop, and then we also got to reinforce all those kind of lessons with Moving Beyond the Page. So I think Moving Beyond the Page is seen as kind of a more premium curriculum. It is rather pricey. There are a few things that you can do to make it less expensive, and I will link down below to my post about making Moving Beyond the Page more affordable for families because I think it is really good, and there are ways to kind of adjust it to fit your budget. I would describe this curriculum as rich and thorough. The literature, books and things that you'll be reading are fantastic. They're interesting. They were interesting for me, and they really grabbed my son and hooked him into the lessons. In this 9 through 11 curriculum, there was contemporary literature, classic fiction, poetry, folk tales, biography, all of the things that got my son really excited to read and then work along through the projects that really enhanced his kind of understanding and inspired some interesting conversations between the two of us. One thing that I really appreciated about Moving Beyond the Page, I'm not sure about the other levels, but in this 9 through 11 level, was that it incorporates diversity seamlessly. For example, the American History and Folktales units really dug into tales from all over the U.S. Where we could study Native American history, Black history, women's history, and it shows kind of the rich and diverse history and culture of the United States without kind of dumbing things down. It's also not afraid to meet racism and prejudice head on, which I think is important for us to be having those conversations in kind of an ongoing way. And this curriculum really supported that through reading books like The Key, and there's Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln, and looking into that kind of history and understanding how it relates to today's world too. I found that this curriculum is a lot in like the best way. There is a lot to each unit, and each unit really encouraged us to dig deeper into a variety of subjects. For example, when we were studying poetry, it was during the inauguration. So we listened to Amanda Gorham's poem, which led us to listening to all kinds of poetry and looking at the presidential histories. We were reading about kind of the poetry structure and then looking at well-known poems through the curriculum, which led nicely into the Abraham Lincoln biography unit study, which is what we picked next. One thing that's nice about Moving Beyond the Page is that if you do decide to pick the whole curriculum, you can choose which units in what order to do them. If you're not sure if Moving Beyond the Page is going to be a good fit for you, I'd really encourage you to look through the units, take the placement test, and then pick out a unit that seems really interesting or that your child would be interested in. We started with A Wrinkle in Time, which was a whole unit on science fiction and fantasy kind of story reading and story writing, and I knew that this would be something that really interested him and got him into, kind of the process of doing the curriculum, sitting down, reading, doing the paper activities and reading some more. And I think that kind of starting with what I knew that he would be interested in is what kind of motivated him to keep trying new books throughout the curriculum, because most of these are books that he would not naturally pick. But through that, I think that he was exposed to a variety of wonderful literature, reading a biography. We've never done that before. So I really think that Moving Beyond the Page is a great curriculum for you to take a look at. It's easy for parents to teach. It really guides you through. There is no prep involved at all. And if you are interested in starting Moving Beyond the Page, try that one unit. I'll leave some links down below so you can grab that placement test and see where your child falls. And if you have any questions for me, email me, Ashley@thehomeschoolresourceroom.com.